So really quick, Matteo Galassi, it's his third time on a senior individual podium. He's got 2 bronze medals in the last year. Or I guess one was over a year ago. He had Bern, Vancouver. Very recently in December of 25, he got bronze. And then he, last summer, was second at the Zonal European Championships. We have Mate Koch, much less of a newcomer to the international stage. This guy's a world champion on the individual level, Olympic champion in the teams, and he's gotten multiple international golds, a lot of bronzes, and a few silvers as well. So he came here to win, and a lot of pressure from Mate off the bat. Yep. He's like a back of the strip fencer in many ways. When he loves doing a lot of acrobatics at the back of the strip, so it's cool to see him not only be with the hand touch, not only be pressuring off the bat, but he looks like he's physically imposing on Galassi. Mate's not a big dude, so this is really funny. It gives me perspective on how tall or how large Galassi is, because Mate Koch is
probably about 6 feet.
Maybe 6 feet, and not like a big dude in terms of shoulder width or size. So Galassi's a pretty small guy. He looks like he's probably Sam Emmerich's size, right?
No, he's taller than
Sam.
Sam.
Taller? Oh, sorry, Sam. Sam's taking an L here.
But an interesting change immediately, right?
Yeah.
So Koch came out with so much pressure, was searching for the blade, instantly on Galassi's into the strip, and now is where we see him as more comfortable, right? Defending, a lot of pressure. And one thing that I see from Koch right out of the gate, which is a little atypical from him, is really a lot of on the blade pressure. Nice double. So
great
it's a classic
from
falling
Mate.
Koch.
He is a great remiser. Like, this guy is able to put his tip on target in the wildest positions, putting himself like completely falling. The angles that he's hitting are beautiful. Mm-hmm. Also, shout out to this live stream. I thought we were going to get 1 to 3 viewers. I said,
don't jinx it.
We have 27. I don't care.
I thought you meant the FIE live stream. I'm ready for it to go down at any point.
27 people with us. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. This is so fun. I hope y'all are having fun. Let us know if there's any question or anything that we're not talking about that you want to hear more about in the chat. Give us a like or a dislike if you're not liking it. Okay, back to the bout.
You already lost a viewer as you were on your little tirade.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. No one wants to hear me talk. You should talk more.
Well, what I was going to say is it's interesting to see Mate putting so much on the blade pressure. Oh, we got a yellow card for who knows what.
Yeah, wait. Okay.
Unclear. Mate having an attitude, probably.
Nice little warning.
Generally, Mate's goal when he's fencing is to control the foreline or to control with point on target. So he's ready to either hit your hand or fake hand drop foot. He's got a really dangerous drop to the foot. And so I think it's kind of what we were talking about with Candasamy and Hadley, where he's trying to control the blade. He's fencing a French grip fencer and taking away some of those angles or some of the strength that Galassi has by beating actively, by trying to search for the blade and really disrupt as much as he can. But this is where Mate is comfortable. End of the strip, taking the pressure, and we'll see what Galassi is able to set up. It looks like he's trying to come over the top with a flick. He's faking low under the hand, which he's definitely capable of hitting. And there we go, showing to the hand and dropping low, right? So both of these fencers are capable of doing these multi-tempo actions where they're showing high or showing under the hand and dropping low to the foot.
All right. Keep going. I'm trying to make sure that I've been reached out to by some people who are on our old link. We did have some technical difficulties, so if you found this one, thank you.
It wasn't our fault.
It's not our fault. It was YouTube's fault. But we're here in the studio. Thank you, guys. Oh, wait. I'm going to redo that.
Again, we see Galassi essentially setting up the same touch, right? The same pressure, a lot on the hand, and a nice switch up, right? He finally draws Koch out and hits potentially on the outside of the arm or maybe on the body underneath. But there's so many angles. There's so much confusion on the preparation. It makes it really hard to defend because with someone who is as effective attacking or defending, you don't know if he's eventually going to finish one of those attacks or break distance like he just did as soon as Mate tries to launch a flesh. We see a good correction from Koch, being more proactive and fencing more on Galassi's end of the strip. This was the exact change that I would have said is go back to what was working on that very first touch, put pressure going forward. We know Galassi's comfortable there, but you can't be sitting at the end of the strip because Galassi's just taking all the strip, leading every action, and Koch was being far too reactive.
I totally agree. That was great initiative by Mate.
Good initiative. Too far out, and
but another
probably should have
beautiful
gotten.
remise.
I know.
Another beauty. He's so good at, because it looked like he did. I couldn't tell if it was a full remise or a pair repost mid flesh.
It looks like he was trying to hit straight, saw Galassi's counterattack, ended up doing a counter parry, and then getting a little slop to put a light on, but we love it.
Yeah, at least it wasn't AI slop.
It was not AI slop.
All right, one sec. I'm putting this on the story just to, again, correct some of the stuff that we've seen with our technical difficulties.
First, I think I correctly changed my link in bio.
Oh, I didn't change my link in bio. That's why. Oops. All right, we're gonna.
Or mine actually has not been updated.
Mine has not been updated.
That's okay. We're glad to have you here.
Edit the profile.
If you found your way here, you're a real one.
You are a real one. I feel bad. We're just sending people the wrong way. All right. I just edited one link. Let's add the other. Sheesh. I had a friend text me something.
Shout out to Abelard, the Luis. Finally, some good commentary and fencing. We appreciate you. This is our first time actually trying this. So our goal is to get better and keep doing this, you know? Well, I might be solo doing this in the future. Ari, hopefully, will be at these World Cups going forward.
I'll be your live correspondent. We're
gonna have boots on the ground one way or the other.
Yeah, we'll have boots on the ground. But this is great.
All right, starting the second period. Let's see. More in the middle of the strip. Koch seems to be okay defending a little bit more.
So, talk about the mentalities of these two fencers. So Mate Koch is a life or death fencer where he sees red. Like, this guy he's putting his life on the line when he's fencing, which is hilarious because so much of the mentality that we talk about in fencing is, you know, it is just a game. So you're playing a game. This is not a game for that guy. I want you to know that when he gets on strip and he's losing, it is physically painful for him.
If you see him winning or you see him losing, some of the reactions after those are equally entertaining because he's fully emotionally, psychologically drained, and you can see it, right? And that's part of why he's so successful is the ability to fully lock in, put the blinders on, and focus.
Yeah.
I don't know if you told me this story or if it's apocryphal.
No,
but I heard a story where there was a hard training day.
Another great freaking flesh. And coming in, Galassi wants the angled counterattack. He does counterattacks in a way I haven't seen with that
both
side.
Of them.
Yeah, but I've been used to Mate. I'm not used to Galassi. I love watching it, but
I heard a story of Mate. You might have told me the story actually. There was a hard training day in Budapest, and apparently he had lost a lot of bouts to other national team members or maybe even some juniors. And he was so upset after this practice that he went to a local tournament in Budapest, like ran across the city.
Oh,
just to crush
it wasn't a local tournament. Okay, so
you did tell me the story.
Yeah, this is a double touch. Beautiful. So his club, Vasas Sports Club in Budapest. Shout out Vasas. You know, one of my really, really good friends.
Shout out
Jean Borbanyai is a fencer, former fencer, now a coach there, and one of Mate's teammates at Vasas.
Way too far of distance from Mate.
Great job finishing on that. Again, he does such a good job of making people miss on that first counterattack that he's able to get that remise. Matteo Galassi finally pulling back and scoring on that remise. Matteo is probably like 5'11". No, he's not 5'11", dude. He's like 5'10" max. Stephen Ewert in the chat, our live correspondent. We're going to FaceTime him at the break and ask him how tall Galassi was when they fenced. Good touch from Mate. This is really exciting. Going back and forth, you know, just a lot of pressure, a lot of action. It's not a super high score because they're putting a lot of time into it. But a lot of fight, a lot of preparations. Galassi, again, with that broken tempo. But, you know, I don't think it's really affecting Mate Koch that much. Okay, back to this story, though. So how tall when he's upright or horizontal? Upright. If you know how tall he is horizontal, Steven, we have other conversations.
Great
Beautiful.
touch.
Okay, so the off-tempo finally worked on a beautiful touch.
I mean, this is what we're talking about, right? There's a weird tempo, prep to the hand, prep low, prep at a different angle, and all of a sudden they're so close, Mate hasn't gone yet. You can just finish straight.
Yeah, no, true. So back to the story. Should I just tell us at the break?
That's probably a better move.
Yeah, let's focus on the bout. Okay, so thank you to Dimitri Cassidiaris 4714. You know, we love you for engaging with this. We appreciate it. Stephen Ewart, don't make it weird. He fences parallel to the floor, and he's doing it here.
He certainly is.
Beautiful push from Matteo. I think Mate had
He's
a great idea.
Forward.
Well, the first touch of the bout, he's pushing, and gets a single. Okay, good job breaking the timing. Okay, I'll tell the story now. So Mate was a part of a club called Vasha Sports Club. They have a beautiful practice every single Wednesday where they do a huge pool. Everyone fences everyone. And the deal is once you start it, you have to finish unless you're hurt or sick or something. So they have national team practice a few times a week. He had a bad practice. So he went across the city from the national team practice that day to just destroy people at his home club just to feel good and get more fencing. And that is the type of dog that he is. He wasn't going to be able to sleep that night knowing he had a practice where he lost a bunch of bouts, and he came and he fenced a whole pool of probably 18 to 20 people just to, there we go. Not a great action by Galassi here, actually. Pushing really, really heavily and overcommitting when he didn't have to. He has the lead. He can put the pressure and draw out Mate. Mate's not pushing, which is not in his advantage. And Matteo, two different countries' versions of the name Matt. Matteo doing, okay, this is much better. I know it's because time is running out, but he's got to use the broken tempo, keep the distance far. He just rushed that one. And Mate's too strong of a fencer to rush. Like, this guy is one of the sharpest in the world. He's
gotten those touches because he's been so patient pushing Koch to the end of the strip and then using that shrunken distance because Koch has nowhere to go at the end of the strip.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Ryan Griffiths, Steven is saying heinous things. Is that supposed to mean whatever?
That's exactly what we expect from our boots on the ground correspondent.
Yeah, let's FaceTime our boots on the ground real quick and find out how tall Matteo Galassi is. So boots on the ground, Stephen Ewart of Direct Elimination podcast, my co-host. Stephen Ewart, boots on the ground.
Boots are in bed at the moment.
Boots are in bed. Okay, we're going to fire our correspondent. We flew this guy to Fujairah just to have him lay down. What, you're tired? Oh my gosh. Well, how tall is Matteo Galassi? Tell us.
I think you were probably close with about 5'8", 5'9".
Oh.
Like, he's not super tall. But when he fences sideways, he's real small. So it makes it infinitely harder.
He is hard to hit.
Do you mean sideways like this or like this?
No, he means sideways like
horizontal.
Because he hunches over and he does that side flick all that.
Would a dog wear pants like this or like this?
All right, I gotta go. Steven, we loved your work today as the on the field correspondent, boots on the ground. We're gonna bring you back.
And going into the third period, we see a nice flush from Mate, keeping Galassi honest. He can't push without
of
an
Direct
attack.
Elimination podcast. All right, sorry, I'm interrupting the commentary. Steven, can't wait to have you back in the studio with us. We miss you when you're gone. Mwah.
Miss you guys as well. Keep up the good work.
Hey.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Gabriella.
All right.
Fence. That's what we're here to do.
Gabriella Claus 9928. Thank
Nice
you.
attack
now
from
our
Matteo.
#1 crowned chat member. Okay. Back to the bout. I think I've been a little distracted here. Matteo Galassi putting the pressure on again. Mate Koch. If you want to win this bout, you got to put the pressure on. He's just maybe he's tired.
It's easy for us. Good touch, good pressure, and probably unexpected, right? There's been these long pushes from Galassi to get Koch to his end of the strip, and then all of a sudden,
and he went to the short target there.
Yeah,
he just went to the
out of distance attack to the short target.
Nice touch.
This looks like it's wrapping up.
Yeah, Mate's losing his focus. He's starting to decompensate a bit. Oh, yeah,
this
gave
is over.
up there. You hate to see it.
Coach Bochco is not going to like this.
Yeah, honestly, great day from Mate, making another medal to his already beautiful resume.
One thing I want to ask you as this bout seems to be wrapping up. You've mentioned this phrase, broken tempo, a few times. Can you expand what you mean by that?
All right, so when I'm saying broken tempo, I think something in the men's Epee US community that is well known is I don't speak fencing the way that some of my friends do.
Why is that?
Because I learned how to fence in Russian. The language that you learned is not the language that I learned. There are like 7 words for fencing in Russian, and then past that, it's all vibes and looking around. No, I'm just kidding. But essentially, when I say broken tempo, I mean that Matteo is think of it in music. You know, you have like 1 and 2
4/4.
and 3 and 4 and. But then in jazz, you have like that swing beat, like
bum 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 bum.
yeah, or like slowed down, and it can change.
Yep.
And Matteo Galassi does a great job of that, where once he gets in close, he adds in an extra like short fake with that leg and the hand to just throw it off. And actually an American fencer who does a great job of this, who we haven't seen as much of lately, but I got a chance to fence him this week and I remembered Omari Smoke.